Howdy, folks. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Kenneth Thomas, and on Wednesdays, I will be having discussions about wellness and different aspects of it. Now, with everything that's going on this summer and summer break and that kind of stuff, finding it a little difficult to try to keep up with, 5 days a week with doing these live streams. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing differently is one week will be Monday and Wednesday. So I'll have Mental Health Monday on Monday and Wellness Wednesday on Wednesday. And then the next week will be, Tuesday's tips and Thursday's thoughts. And then, of course, pretty much every Friday we're doing the Bahamas Foodie Friday with my wife. But this will give me a little bit of a chance to spend some time with the kids, do some things without having everything go absolutely crazy. With the girls being home for the summer, it's been a little difficult trying to stay on top of things. So that's going to be one of the things that we're going to have changing over the summer. Now, if you're catching this on Facebook Live and you want to participate in the discussion, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and this will give you through the little steps that you got to go through, so that way you can comment and I'll be able to see your comments and be able to, engage with you during this live stream. Now, if you're catching this on replay, please comment #replay. Love to know the folks that are catching this on replay. Now, one of the big things that I'm going to be talking about today is wellness for real life. Okay. A friend of mine shared this post on Facebook, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, kind of nailing this one. So I wanted to, basically talk a little bit about this. Now, here's the post that he shared. Okay. And, it's interesting because it's a sentiment that I'm sure a lot of us can agree with. Now, the post was, honestly, I'm so sick of seeing rich girl fitness. Don't show me a pretty vegan smoothies and mason jars held by a girl with perfect makeup, a manicure, and color-coordinated running outfit. Show me diets and workouts that I can manage when I'm working 13-hour days, living on a budget. Show me how to eat healthy when I have 5 minutes for lunch. Show me things I can do to help my body. Show me workout plans I can do outside of a gym when I can't afford a membership. I don't have time. I don't have money. Half the time I don't have the motivation to get up in the morning, but I have a body. I want to be healthy. Now, my friend's comment on this was, yeah, we always just called this, I was 20 and hot once, 2 workouts, but the sentiment's the same. Now, I really, really get where he's coming from on this, because let's face it, it's very, very easy sometimes for folks who, when you're young and you're fit and you've got time and everything else, it's real easy to look like that. But is that real life for most of us? No, it's not. And one of the things that I've always felt since I started focusing in on my own personal wellness is that wellness should be affordable and accessible. It shouldn't have to be complicated. It shouldn't have to be expensive. Now, there may be some aspects of it where it costs a little bit more, but there's ways to go about things. Like, let's face it, eating healthier food costs a little bit more than eating, a lot of processed junk food. But there's ways that you can do this that don't have to break the budget. Okay. So some of the things that I'm going to be talking about this summer is how do I eat healthier, for real life. Now, one of the things that where I learned a lot of this is through a program called R3. And R3, basically the 3 R's in this is reset, reintroduce, and real life. Okay. Now, it's all about resetting your metabolism. And then once you do that, you start to reintroduce foods again. And then you work toward eating for real life. So this is a diet in the sense of a way to eat. It is not a diet like a lot of people use the term diet. It's not a training diet. It is not a weight loss diet. This is a real life, how should I eat healthier type diet. And this is something that is sustainable And that's a big key, because a lot of times people will do these things where they're dieting for training, or they're dieting for weight loss, and when the dieting is done, they go back to where they were before. They don't maintain the results. Now, I did it's a 6 weeks program. I've done it. I lost 17 pounds while I was doing it. I've gained about 4 or 5 back. Okay. And let's face it, I wasn't being very good about sticking with the real life part. So we're going to be starting this again, and we're going to be working on that. And it's really not that complicated of a thing. There's a list of yes foods, which is like 3 or 4 pages long, and a list of no foods, which is like a page long. And basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to eat 80% of the time off the yes list, and you're limiting the process, the sugars and the carbs and that kind of stuff from the no list. Now, this does not mean you have to deprive yourself, okay? Because that's one of the things that a lot of things go against. It's about eating when you're hungry and eating until you're no longer hungry. So you're eating to hunger, okay? It's not, I'm going to have this little bitty snack thing here, and then I'm just going to be starving for the rest of the day. And honestly, that's bad for your body. And it's one of the reasons a lot of these other things don't work. Key things that I learned with this is within 60 minutes of getting up in the morning, you need to get some protein. Okay. It could be a protein shake, a protein bar. It could be some eggs. It's kind of up to you what you want to do with it, but you need to get some protein going, because this is going to start firing up your metabolism and get it going for the day. Okay. The other thing is that you want to eat smaller, but every 2 to 3 hours. So I'm usually having something for breakfast. Then I have something as a snack in between breakfast and lunch. I'll have a lunch. I have a little something in between lunch and dinner. I have a dinner, and then I'll have a little evening snack or something kind of thing. And I don't find myself feeling like, oh man, I ate so much, I feel like I'm going to explode. Now, that still happens sometimes. I mean, it depends upon the meal and that kind of thing, but I don't do that as often as I used to. Okay. And I feel better for it. And then the other thing is I'm not always sitting there going, man, I'm starving. I have to admit that sometimes I have to have little reminders go off going, hey, it's been a couple of hours. You should get something to eat. And let's face it, I've got healthy snacks that I use for those in between things. Okay. So that is something where I had to learn. And we had to learn how to shop a little differently, because we were used to buying groceries like once or twice a month. But when you're buying fresh veggies and stuff and some of that kind of thing, it doesn't necessarily keep for as long as like the processed stuff. So we're going to the store more often, but we're getting less while we're there. Okay. So, Jessica went yesterday, got some lettuce, some cabbage, some cucumbers, radishes, stuff to make salads. And also we got the stuff, so we're going to do some shish kebabs, meat, onions, mushrooms, some squash, that kind of thing. We're going to be making, some of that. I think we're doing that tonight. I have to double check with her. But the thing is we had to make some changes, and it meant that we were buying smaller amounts, but we were going to the store a couple of times a week as opposed to a couple of times a month. But we're having fresher food. We're eating healthier food. So that is one of those things that is doable. And because a lot of people are like, I can't make these types of changes. You can. You just have to figure out how to make it work for your situation. Because what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you, depending upon what you have for a job, depending upon what you're doing, and that kind of thing. So it is one of those things that is accessible, but you have to have the mentality of this is worth it, and I'm going to figure out how to make these changes. Okay. So that's part of what we've been doing. Another part of what we've been doing is working on getting more physically active. Okay. So we have a rower that we got. We got a really awesome deal on it. And honestly, I haven't been on it nearly as much as I should be. So one of the things that Jessica, she's outdoing me right now. But she's been getting up in the morning for the last 2 or 3 days and getting in a little bit of a workout or doing something, either yoga or spending some time on the rower and that kind of thing. So I need to step up my game and start doing that again as well. Now, one of the comments that Um, sorry, brain kind of wandered off on me. I had something I was going to show you guys. All right. One of the comments that person made was like, "Hey, I don't have money for a gym membership." Well, you know what? I don't really either. Now, I am a veteran. Okay, I am a retired veteran, so I do have access to go on post and work out in the gym facilities and that kind of stuff there. But let's face it, man. I'm old and I'm fat, and I don't want to be I don't want to be in there with all these young bucks in there. And, I'm just going to feel like, what am I even doing here? And they're going to be looking at me like, what's this fat dude doing here? So I'm not comfortable going, even though I have access to it. And then the other thing is, oh man, now I got to drive to the gym. I got to do this thing. And how am I supposed to do strength training then? Okay. Now, a friend of mine who is a personal fitness coach, and she works with people to help them develop fitness plans and that kind of stuff. She recommended getting a set of resistance bands, and this has a thing to attach it to a door, so that way I can use these resistance bands to do my strength training, and that allows me to get in the strength training. And it's here at the house. I don't have to get all dressed up. I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to get the stuff out, set it up for the type of workout that I'm doing, and do it. So it takes away a lot of those excuses. And I'll tell you, this set was really expensive too, folks. Really expensive. It was like $35. Okay. And we got it on Amazon. So $35. Most people can find $35 if they need to, figure it out in their budget. And you can get this resistance training bands, and now you have the ability to work out at home. All you got to do is have a decent door with some space in front of it, and there you go. You can set yourself up. You can get your strength training in that way. So that's one thing. And I'm going to start trying to, okay. So I'm putting this out here for you guys. So I'm hoping you guys are going to help keep me accountable on this. If you're not starting to see these pictures starting in the next, I'm going to say next week, by next week, if you're not seeing pictures of me with the resistance band set up showing, hey, I'm doing my thing, or hey, here's the shot of me from my rower, here's the healthy food we're doing, I want you guys to call me out on it. Okay? So I'm really probably setting myself up. Let's see if you guys would actually do that. So if you're going to be somebody who's going to call me out if I'm not sharing what I'm doing, I want you to comment on this video. I got you. And then I really want you to make comments on my timeline. I want to see comments that say, where's your workout picture for the day? What'd you do? All right? Because here's the other aspect of wellness. And this is one of the things about going to the gym and some of these things that are really good. When it's just you for yourself, it's real easy to let yourself down. But when you got somebody else that's saying, I want to see you there, you better join me, or I want you to share with me what you're doing because I want you to inspire me. When other people are counting on you, it's a lot easier to get yourself in gear and get it done. Okay? Because it's a lot harder to let someone else down than it is to simply let yourself down if nobody is helping to keep you accountable. So I'm now inviting everybody who is one of my followers to be an accountability partner and call me out on it. And we're going to say this starts, I'm going to start tomorrow, but start calling me out if on the 1st, after the 1st of July, you're not seeing me posting about what I'm doing that day. Call me out on it. All right? So, oh boy, I'm getting way out of my comfort zone here. I can't believe I even said that. Yeah, so we did that. But anyway, I'm going to try to share with you how I'm doing real life wellness, okay? And I'm going to try to share with you how we're doing it without it breaking the bank, without it being something that is so complicated or expensive that somebody who's working and has a real life family job, all that stuff going on. It's just not something they could do. So I want to show you how it can be done. All right. So join me on this wellness journey. And again, every other week, you'll be seeing the Monday and Wednesday, and then the other week will be Tuesday and Thursday. That's when I'm going to be doing my lives for the summer. That way I can keep up with my kids and that kind of stuff as well. Because I don't want to just sit in my office and hide, planning stuff and doing things and not actually enjoy some time with them this summer. Okay? So that's what's going to be the plan for this summer. Now, if you're going to be one of my accountability partners, comment, I got you. And then I want you to have my back. All right? Now, as I have been, I'm going to leave you guys with the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And this is really important to me. I am someone who has attempted suicide once in my life and contemplated it many times. My child I've had suicidal ideations. I've lost friends to suicide. I have lost a lot of comrades to suicide. And the thing is that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary situation. All right. This too shall pass. It may not feel like it, but it can. And the other thing is that you may not think so, but there are going to be people that are devastated if you're no longer there for them. So if you find yourself in a point where you're struggling with your mental health or you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, reach out to someone. And if you don't feel like you have anybody to reach out to, call this number, 1-800-273-TALK. And if you don't want to try to read the little letters on your phone, it's 8255. All right. 1-800-273-8255. Reach out to them. These people are fantastic. They will help you. And we want you to be here with us. All right. So if you're catching this on Facebook, make sure that you're following so that way you'll know when I'm going live. And if you're catching this on my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. And again, I want to see you people calling me out if you're not seeing things. So until next time, folks, peace, love, and photography. And remember, everything can make a beautiful image, including you. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you guys on Friday.